The comeback continues for Tiger Woods, and here to discuss his ups and downs from the 2012 season, this panel from the Sports Illustrated Golf Group, David Dusek, Mike Walker, Alan Bastable. Dave, I'll start with you. Was 2012 more encouraging for Tiger considering he won 3 majors, or more discouraging considering how he performed at the majors?
Well, it's a tough call, Maggie, but I think that you're going to have to go with it's encouraging, guys. The Tiger Woods actually went from a season where he wasn't winning to now a year later, 3 wins, 3 big-time wins, actually. He wins at Muirfield Village for Jack Nicklaus's event. He wins at Bay Hill, obviously Arnold Palmer's event, wins his own event. He put himself in position, at least going into the weekends at major championships. The downside is that obviously he never showed up for any of those weekends and didn't play well at the Ryder Cup. So I'm going to take the positive side and take a look at from where we were 12 months ago with Tiger to where we are now. I think there's a lot of things to feel good about as far as Tiger's game. Yeah,
I mean, I would agree with that. I think that when you look at it, like, I mean, remember, it's now 5 years since he won a major. Like, we keep waiting for 2000 Tiger. I mean, he's gone from 50-something in the world to 3rd, and it's going to take time. I mean, he says it's a process, and we all joke about it, but it's a process.
I think we need to remember how lost Tiger was in 2010, 2011. The guy was just lost in the wilderness. He couldn't do anything right. If you look at his stats from 2011 versus 2012, he's better in every category. Sure, he didn't play well on the weekends, very well documented at the majors, but by and large, he's trending in the right direction. So I think it's an encouraging year.
You know, you mentioned lost in the woods, and I think, you know, trying to remake his swing over and over again has been a big part of the process of this comeback, considering that by the time we get to August of 2013, it'll be his 3rd year with Sean Foley as swing coach. Mike, I'll pose the question to you. If he hasn't won a major by then, is it time to make another change?
It won't be the coach's fault. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Foley coaches a lot. He coaches Justin Rose. Justin Rose is playing out of his mind. I mean, at some point, you can't point the finger, oh, Tiger's swing coach is wrong. I mean, if there's a problem with Tiger Woods at the end of this year, it's on Tiger. And at this point in his career, for him to change swings again, I mean, he's going to run out of time.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that, you know, with the Harmon change, with the Haney change, those changes, you forget, took between 2 and 3 years to really click. Tiger's now moving into his 3rd year with Foley. So I think we got to give him this year. If by August he still hasn't won a major, then maybe it's time to hit the panic button.
I think, though, it's entirely possible Tiger Woods plays to his best potential, though, now and still loses, whereas that maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago may not have been the case. I think that there are a couple of players, namely Rory McIlroy, sort of first and foremost in my mind, who are capable of beating Tiger Woods today when Tiger Woods is able to put it all together for 4 rounds, because they've shown that they can do that to and play at an exceptionally high level. Tiger needs to make clutch putts. He hasn't really been doing that consistently. His driving and his long game are much better. I know, AB, we were talking a little bit off the air that his short game and some of those pitch shots from 100, 125 aren't as dialed in as they were. I think he tightens all that up, but that doesn't guarantee that he's going to win a major championship, and it's not Foley's fault.
I'm glad you brought up Rory McIlroy, because it's been pretty clear over the last year that there's a pretty big bromance brewing between Tiger and Rory. We know that Rory feels so privileged to be friends with Tiger, obviously one of his idols growing up. But David, do you think Tiger feels the same way about the up-and-comer McIlroy?
I think that Tiger probably looks at it in many ways as if he's finally on the other side. When he came up, you know, he was friends with John Cook. He was friends with a lot of other guys. He played a lot as a very young player with Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, those kinds of things. And now he's on the other side of that. Tiger's the older player, and Rory at 23 years of age is sort of the next thing. And he's obviously already at #1. He's won. He's got, you know, tons of money in the bank. He's got major championships and all the potential sort of laid out in front of him. I think if I'm Tiger Woods, it's sort of interesting now to look at this from the other side. And I think that he probably sees in Rory a lot of the things that he sees, you know, used to see in himself when he looked in the mirror. I think he probably likes the guy. I don't know that that's necessarily good for his game, though.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Rory, I'd be a little careful. Like, I mean, I think the friendship's legitimate. I think they like spending time with each other. But, I mean, they're not turning off the competitiveness when they're around each other. And you saw that in his friendship with Westwood. I mean, those guys were friends, but there was an edge to it. And I would imagine there's going to be an edge to it with Tiger as well.
Yeah, just you know, briefly, I would say in no way is it good for the game to have the 2 best players hanging out, dining together during the FedEx Cup playoffs. You know, you want these guys to have sort of respect for each other, but you don't want them getting too close. We saw it with Phil and Tiger when those guys were at their best. It was a frosty relationship, and I think that was good. It brought a little edge to the quote-unquote rivalry, and we certainly don't have that yet with Tiger and Rory. We'll see. Maybe it'll develop.
I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Does Tiger Woods win a major in 2013? Dave?
Without a doubt. Tiger wins at Merion.
I mean, I like Merion too. I hate to repeat it, but I just feel like he likes the old style courses, and he's got a he's always had a sense of the historical moment, I think, throughout his career, and Merion's going to be like that.
I think if he wins one, it'll be Augusta. He's obviously more comfortable there than probably on any golf course in the world. I don't like Merion for the reason we spoke about, David, that Tiger's been struggling with his distance control, so that's going to be really a big factor at Merion, so we'll see.
We all know the numbers. Tiger's at 14 majors, needs 18 to tie Jack. Guys, we'll see what's in store for Tiger in 2013. Thanks so much.